momentum to be able to make further changes.
Thank you for joining us. A breakthrough on gun legislation.
Senate lawmakers working together in Congress on drafting what's being called the most significant federal legislation to address gun violence in 30 years.
And chief political reporter Susan Raff is live at the LOB in Hartford, breaking down exactly what is in this. Susan.
Erin, if you think about it, this really is significant. The fact that there have been thousands of mass shootings, more than 200 this year alone. And Congress has failed to act despite the fact that people have been demanding change. Now, this compromise does expand background checks, and it could take guns off our streets.
We are very proud to have an agreement.
Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy is calling the agreement a breakthrough. And while the list of proposals is much shorter than what the House passed, he says it will save lives.
Failure was not an option this time, that people were just not going to accept Congress retreating to its corners.
The compromise supports red flag laws, which take guns away from those considered a danger to themselves or others, closing the boyfriend loophole, taking guns away from violent domestic partners, not just spouses, stringent background checks for those under 21 purchasing an assault weapon, and new federal penalties on straw purchases and trafficking.
My father suffered from alcoholism and clinical depression for most of his life. On one very bad day, his access to a firearm ensured that it was his last.
Ellen Crafts from Moms Demand Action feels red flag laws could have saved her father. Connecticut has red flag laws. The Connecticut Citizens Defense League is a gun rights group.
A lot of legislation comes out, and as it's initially presented kind of in Cliff's Notes versions, it sounds fantastic, but the devil's always in the details.
Mass shootings at our schools and grocery stores have captured everyone's fears, but gun violence is a part of everyday urban life. Cracking down on trafficking could keep guns from coming in from other states.
It's significant. It gives me hope. That's what we live for, the hope. It's a small victory, but it's a victory nonetheless.
There are some who feel that this compromise doesn't go far enough, but there are others who say this is definitely a step forward. And we should point out that Senator Murphy told us today that he had doubts of his own. He says after the Memorial Day holiday, when Congress adjourned and went home for the holiday, he says that he was worried that momentum would be lost. But he says that clearly did not happen. But Democrats definitely need Republicans to make this happen. In Hartford, Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.